creators, welcome to my studio. I'm going to talk about first the lost and found line. How do you incorporate the background into your object? And one thing about the edges of your object, regardless of what you're painting. Once you decide on your background color, tonal value, very important. That's the first thing you need to decide, is the value of your background. And the original picture is on this outdoor green background. So I might as well use the green because the green is affecting the color of the dog. So the green of the background is incorporated into the color. So when you do color in light, you keep it clean and pure and in light. As it darkens, you are going to choose darker oranges to create the transition. You go with the darker oranges on your palette, and you will also pay attention to when it turns into shadow, because then you have to incorporate the complementary color. Well, in this case, I'm not incorporating blue, which is the complementary of orange. I'm going to incorporate green, or this bluish green, to it because it harmonizes with the background. So very important that you incorporate the background to your object, and it makes it part of it. And then my lost and found lines, I added the paint here, and then I used, where is it? Where is it? Right here. It's my blender, and I blended the edges, and so everything is soft, because here is what my focal point is going to be. And then this way, it's almost like you taking what is not that important out of focus, and then you blend it out, and then this will end up becoming in focus. So if you get the picture and you put this in focus, and you adjust the picture on your what's the name, on your Photoshop or whatever, then you can do that with the picture and just copy. But if you're an experienced artist, you just know that this is what you're going to do and that you have to do. And so you don't need to be looking at pictures and adjusting everything and trying to the copy and be so tight to copying a photo. You just create because you know the fundamentals and the rules. So obviously this is now ready to sit and dry. And this is, I haven't even finished. I don't know what I'm going to do here, how much darker I'm going to go. Maybe I'm going to go even darker around all the edges. But this is part of every stage. You treat the whole painting the same so that you can come back and then work another coat and another coat and another coat. And so now let's analyze Braxton. Braxton has a sharp edge over here. But so going back to this stage of the painting is far from being ready, even though it looks really nice. I'm very happy with it already, but this edge is going to be sharp, unlike this, because I made the artistic decision that all this here is my focal point. In fact, sometimes I prefer to call it, instead of focal point, I call it an area of interest. This is my area of interest. And this is where my eye is going to hit first. All this or not my eye, but the viewer's eye. This is my area of interest. And so I am making decisions all the way around this to make it that more important. Subtle details that will guide your eye on a spiral as such to make a beautiful presentation and a beautiful painting. So every stage has its complications and its level of decisions. And so now this guy is on a stage where it's going to sit and dry, so I can come back and intensify whatever else I think would be good to have to make a pretty painting. Okay, so that is the analysis of this guy. This other painting here that also covers the same set of problems and same set of challenges. I haven't finished this. I have to bring in these blues into the fur and create enough fuzziness and lost and found lines to make my focal point more important. Now, this painting is a composition of 3 photos that came from different places. So I had to decide that I'm going to put the white, which is my fragile color, in the center, and then put my 2 darker elements. So this is all a composition decision too. And it just flows great. And I have to finish this little guy. So here it goes again. Maybe the picture, coincidentally, this color is blue, but I am introducing the blue from the background here. I'm introducing the blue from the background on the tag, and just like a little quick line there. And this I haven't finished. I have to decide where I'm going to incorporate some sort of eye magnet to tie this as a whole picture. And so that is just fascinating how the painting requires so many thoughts and decisions. And it's not only just painting and copying a photo, because I actually don't copy a photo. And then the last photo, the last painting we will talk about is this gorgeous girl. I have, again, this eye is in shadow, and I am thinking that I want to intensify this area. This is almost like reading a book. You start here, and then you go, and then you're gonna find your eye magnets all the way around, and you purposely add details and information to create that type of painting that you just gonna go, wow, I cannot take my eyes off it. The details and all the final furs and the final marks, everything the dog has comes in on the final stage. And it's almost like the first thing you see is the last thing you put on. And so that is how it goes when we talk about painting. Actually, yes, let's talk about this guy. How fascinating it is for you to take away the photo and start paying attention to what the light does. And I know this light, this side is all in light, and I want to create this drama. So not sure if I'm going to keep this background yet. This still has a lot to go, but we know that the light, when it hits something, it's cool, and then all shadows are always warm. So a version of a warm side of fur in light, it's that is like a warmer white, and that makes the value not really much darker, only because it's in shadow. It's almost the same value, but it's a warmer version of the white. So you have to remember your color principles to be able to mix the right colors and make the interpretation of the colors, okay? And that's why you need to know what light does to a sphere as well, because then you just simply create the illusion of going backwards by adding a slightly darker color all the way around, and so on and so forth. And so thank you so much. I love you all, and I feel the love too. Okay, bye. And don't forget to subscribe.